with the volunteers from Wheels of Victory. Yaroslav Kalodi, one of the directors, also the head of humanitarian aid distribution.
Yes, it's unloading, sorting, and after this the distribution. And big thanks for all volunteers in Great Britain who are still continuing to helping and supporting. And I know that it's not easy to collect all this, to spend your time to communicate with all the organization and the donors and people who are donating, and after this to bring into some stocks, and after this to load it in vehicles. And big thanks for Sean Hopkins, for UK4UA, and also for Jenny, for Charlotte, for all volunteers who are driving here, and Sean and team. 9th day they are in road, and it's a lot of broken vehicles and repairing and in mood and under the rain, but most important that we are continuing, and all these aid vehicles are here in Ukraine, and we will unload it, we'll sort it, and we'll send it to warriors, to hospitals, to refugees. And it's very important that everybody who are in this chain, everybody who are still supporting, you are an energy of victory, and you are creating a future, you are creating a new day, not only in Ukraine, because we are in this darkness, this entities from East who want to destroy all that we have built a long time, our societies, because they are angry and they don't like what we are. They don't like that somebody are creating work, living, and just doing what we are doing, and creating light.
Do you think it's one of the thoughts back when Putin first started on this road in 2014 was that they really feared sort of liberal democracy, Russian-speaking liberal democracies in the East, in the West, and it would sort of show people in Russia really a different way of living. Do you think that was part of the problem that they had, because they are so suppressed mentally and socially? He was worried about, and he also has ambitions of grandeur with making his name with the great Tsars as well, possibly, and imperialist ambitions. But do you think he was really worried about Russian speakers really seeing that they can live a more productive, civilized sort of life than what they're living in Russia?
You can see in real life if somebody are better people who cannot be so successful and so wide and open, they just cannot increase to this level. They are trying to suppress this more success to their level, and this is an answer that Putin he is not increasing Russian society. He's suppressing this society to the not high level, to the bottom, and all who are better, they are an example that Putin ways wrong, and it will be all the time when people are not effective, when people are not so good and efficient, if they are they don't have a light thought, and they cannot create a better future, and they cannot create, I don't know, even a good vehicle. They are non-stop, are destroying world and producing weapons, missiles, tanks, and a lot of military destroying stuff. And it's not only one day, it was all history, it was the same. And they are just destroying. And yes, every time, if Europe, if United Kingdom, United States, Japan are showing that they are successful, and Putin and other autocrat systems are just to make a balance. They are just trying to destroy all this. They are not thinking to create and to negotiate with you about better life. They are not interested in this. They are interested to destroy you and your family. It's a question of how they are thinking, and they are here not to be better. They are here to destroy us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, your life has changed over the past. You were a medic in Maidan, and just a person that went there to help because Ukrainian protesters were being killed and shot. With your medical training, you went there, and we previously have spoken about the interview you did with the New York Times in Maidan Square at the medical facilities, and I've been lucky enough as well to actually meet the daughter of one of the Heavenly 100, who you probably worked on, who was shot in Maidan Square. One of our volunteer drivers, Makola, his wife. Her father was one of the Heavenly 100 in Maidan, and I say it's a very small world when we started talking over some borscht about her father and you're going to Kyiv and to help and all the rest of it, and where you were at the time, and it's very possible that you cross paths at that time with her father. And I say it's I think it was at least 100 people were killed by Russian Rosgadia at that time while they were trying to, because I really can't see a Ukrainian shooting Ukrainians, personally, but but that apparently it was Russian Rosgadia that were doing that. And your life has changed a lot since then, especially since the full-scale open invasion, the full-scale illegal invasion in 2022. We're facing now the fourth winter of this full-scale invasion, and Ukraine is still holding its ground against the apparent second army of the world, which has now proven to be around the sort of 40th or 50th army in the world, and now with Ukraine being a huge military power within Europe, there still seems to be we are all very impatient about getting momentum and everyone working towards the war efforts, and but there seems to be hope with the meetings in London yesterday with the 22 members of the coalition of the willing and Zelensky, and I think as well, Ukraine's industry is really coming to the rescue now with 60% of the weapons procured last year coming manufactured in Ukraine, and Ukraine were very much from the beginning of this conflict. My advice was really, if you want something, and do it yourself. Don't rely on anyone else. Just from my own personal experience with life. And yeah, what's your up to do as the supporters of Ukraine and volunteers? How can we help Ukrainians through?
First of all, we don't have chance. We will find until somebody will win. Yeah. Russia, Ukraine, and I know 100% that we will win, because we are not alone. because we are with all people who are on the light side in Europe, in United Kingdom, in the United States, in other countries, and it's a big society of lights. And I understand that now it's only time and priority to support our warriors, because warriors now it's a possibility, is a guarantor of next day
Freedom.
and of our freedom, of our possibility to do what we are doing every day. And that's why now soldiers are investing out a lot of war stuff. It's like small ghetto or diesel. It's impossible to have a big warm nature that it will be impossible to find it from Russia. And also it's a different type of heaters, and also it's power banks. It's a different type of electricity, because I understand that Russians are trying to destroy our mentality, that Russia's propaganda, it's only one aim. People has to be in fear. They have to afraid of Russia entities, and it's working, because a lot of people in Europe are afraid of Putin.
The whole society is based on the appearance of strength.
Yeah.
And even Putin, I mean, if the Russians realize how weak and pathetic he is, I think they'll probably get rid of him themselves. But their whole society is based on the perception of strength and power, and this is why they want us afraid. And so we have a big thank you to say to Yaroslav and his volunteers who came to the border last night on our 8th day on the road, and we've been it's not all of our problems we've been dealing with. We've been helping other groups as well on the way and picking up other vehicles in Germany, and also broken down vehicles from other volunteer groups in Germany that caught fire. And unfortunately, we've heard tonight that the Zenith for Ukraine team are actually got a mechanical problem in the east of Germany. So we're trying to help them resolve that within the different volunteer groups, but it's not easy, is it? Some people think it's just a bit of a holiday, bit of a drink, meet different people and all the rest of it, but they don't realize it's like 30-hour days and one meal if you're lucky, and it's very difficult. And even Yaroslav himself has done many trips in and out of Ukraine, and was driving himself till 5 a.m. in the morning. So a big thank you to come in and help him, because the three of us were struggling to deal with what we were dealing with. So
it's big thanks for you, Sean and Jenny and Charlotte, that you are continuing. And it's not easy to continue. And today is the 9th day of this 63rd road, 63rd run, and in influence is really big, because a lot of volunteer society just make an example like you, that you are continuing, and if you can, and other also can. And if to compare what people are doing or not doing, it doesn't matter. It just, if you decide just to go for fun, for beer, for one day,
do something.
Do something. Just go for fun. Just will be beer.
We will try.
Maybe not just in time. Maybe a little bit later,
yes.
But will be.
Yeah.
And we just need as more people as are ready to join Yeah, for beer, for fun, for run, for help, for support, with different aims, but it's most important that
Volunteer.
you're volunteering on a light side. You are creating together one more day with smiling, with the possibility to be alive and to be happy. And together we will win, definitely.
With a team of teams, because our volunteers, they come in all shapes and sizes and different jobs as well. So you've got volunteers back who collect aid, volunteers back who help organise those collection points and different sort of schemes for refugees. You've got volunteers, drivers as well, that drive in the UK. And help us move vehicles around the UK. And then you've got obviously the hardcore, the volunteer drivers that really, will spend weeks and weeks on the road every year. To move vehicles. So big, huge effort of all different teams, and the whole volunteering society is, I think, our secret weapon, because they don't have this sort of mentality, I don't think, of helping people for nothing. It's like, what do I get? How can I make money out of you? Well, how can I rob you? It's just like, this is the secret weapon, really, of the societies in the free world, is the fact that we do care about, we have empathy about other people. And this is why we're helping Ukrainians, and this is why we are here, to help you stop what is happening to your countrymen and women and your people. And we got a huge job tonight. So we'll go through, and we say there's only several of us here, and we've got several vehicles, but we're going to try and do something tonight anyway, because we had some sleep now, and we've got a bit more energy to do something else. So we've got medical supplies that we're unloading. So this one vehicle alone has got medical supplies from the National Union of Miners in Wales. We've also got stuff in there as well from the Senate for Ukraine team in Wales. We've also got stuff in there as well from Reading Ukrainian Association. We've got stuff in there as well from Essen for Ukraine, German volunteers, and probably some more stuff as well from other people. So we're going to try, and this is a really big important point that I try and make to a lot of volunteer groups, is it's not just getting it to Ukraine, it's making sure it gets to the right the right place and the right people in Ukraine, because there's been an awful history over the past 4 years of not happening. Things too much go into one place and not being spread about. So we've really got a very good process, a very good system, and I think we're very effective at making sure that the right people get what they need. And we do our best. We don't just dump it on one volunteer group. This is spread across many different volunteer groups, hospitals, different military units. Huge number, and not one place either geographically. This is all over Ukraine. So it's many volunteer groups from north to south, east to west, and I think it's a real important part of what we've managed to build as a process and a team of teams, is the fact that this stuff that people can send from Scotland or Wales or England or Germany or France or Belgium, on the way, or Poland. Even tires from Poland, 150 tires we picked up on this trip.
Yeah.
And I think, why are we sending tires? You wouldn't believe how much paper bureaucracy it is for a soldier to get a tire. So this is not how you're going to win a war, with 15 forms, 10 stamps, and 3 weeks and a Spanish Inquisition on why you need a tire. This is that is Soviet bureaucracy that's really left over from the Cold War and the Soviet occupation of Ukraine. So this is why we got 150 tires, so 150 trucks can keep moving, quickly, to deal with the Russian threat. And that's a very brief explanation of why we're picking up tires, because some people just don't understand the complexity of Ukrainian anti-corruption bureaucracy. And It's probably one of the most, from my experience of, I thought that the French were perhaps the most bureaucratic in all of Europe, but I think the Ukrainians probably have beaten them slightly with the number of stamps you need just to get into the country, so it's, yeah, it's something that is a legacy of, it's going to be changed after victory, I keep getting told, and but we're doing our best to make sure that that happens, so it can be changed after victory. So these tires are really important.
Yes, just you cannot imagine when, for example, yesterday or 2 days ago, we transferred L200 to military unit to Pokrovsk. It's Konstantinivsky.
So it's a medical
Donetsk
evacuation vehicle.
Yeah.
L200s, they're a pickup,
Yes.
and they've got a big flatbed on them.
Yeah, to Pavlo. And when he saw these 4 tires, he said, wow, you cannot imagine how it's important now in this mood. Yeah, that it's good tires. Yes, it's used tires, and it's very important. And when they are moving, it's a lot of after shelling, a lot of small sharp
Shrapnel.
metal shrapnel, and it's destroying a lot of tires.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very important. You cannot imagine when wounded soldiers, when they are asking, do you have scratches, because they are time after operation, just time to try to stand up from wheelchair. And when we bring things to you, use scratches, and they just take and smile, and because for him it's a possibility to renew, return to normal life, to have possibility to walk in and to start training, to walk and to live without wheelchair.
And a lot of them want to get back into the fight.
And a lot of guys, even with the lost limbs, are returning to fight. Like Darko several days ago in group sent that one guy who are responsible for repairing. He just put him video like this, and it's like a normal person. He say thanks, and after this he just moved on one prosthesis with a metal leg, and he just continuing. And when we are now walking around in city, you cannot walk that you will see at least several person without legs, without hands, that it's like war is around us, and that it's most important just to continue, just to play your game, with the name life.
Modern warfare is very, very horrific. I mean, the weapons that they have now are unimaginable to us as civilians in how the level of explosion and the shrapnel and the sizes that they're dropping are huge. 500 kilo plus bombs, some of these cabs that they're dropping on these areas, and the injuries to civilians and soldiers are huge. So perhaps we should get on with some of the unloading, because I know they're getting impatient.
Let's go, because we are just talking, and somebody unloading.
And we'll introduce you to Ludmila, who is the coordinator for the humanitarian aid that gets distributed here in Ternopil.
Hello.
And you've been doing this a long time now. What do you think about the type of things that volunteers are sending you? And is there anything more that they can do? Perhaps you can translate.
Я зрозуміла. Так, хочу подякувати всім людям, всім волонтерам, які збирають допомогу, які сортують, які її пакують, перевозять, для того, щоб ми могли її тут передати в потрібні місця, скажімо, в госпіталі, військовим, цивільному населенню, які постраждали від російської агресії.
It's a big thanks for everybody who are still continuing, who are sorting, who are collecting all this sorting, put it and unloading stocks, yeah. Bringing this to Ukraine, and big thanks because in Ukraine it's possible to sort it and to send it to all refugees, wounded soldiers who are now in needs, yeah, who need this medical stuff and all that you are bringing. Він також запитався, якби що на вашу думку, що могли б робити більше, якби що корисне, що можуть зараз є потреба.
Фактично медицина потрібна для військових, ну це якби повербанки, так. Тому що зараз буде починатися сезон відключення світла, і дуже багато людей залишиться фактично без світла, без води, а це їжа, це, ну, скажімо, комфортне життя, в кого є діти, хто на передовій, тобто всі потребують допомоги в тому, щоб, наприклад, отримати повербанки, генератори такого плану. Також потрібна медицина, тому що дуже багато поранених, дуже багато людей страждають від цього, і це потім реабілітація, відновлення, потрібні різні засоби для реабілітації. Ну, фактично потрібно все від вживаних одноразок до таких важливих речей, до машин. Так.
Now it's most important, it's medical aid, yeah, that all that helps for wounded, injured warriors and also refugees and civilian Ukrainians, yeah. That it's now a lot of attacks on civilian persons, and also it's a question of electricity, that now it's time when as electricity is switching off, and we need power banks, yeah, for all that. It's for heating, for food, and also it's if possible some generators, some EcoFlow, some different type of power banks. It's most requested. And heating, especially, it's for example, for warriors, it's for heating in bunkers. Different type of heating, different type of stuff that can help to survive in a cold time with heating.
And it's a family affair as well, because we see that you've got your husband roped into unloading. And it's a big help that the Ternopil volunteers are providing. And of course we got Jenny and Charlotte here as well, unloading. And sorry, I'm blinding you. what they're giving us to the right places, and the medical stuff is an absolute nightmare to sort. And security dog on duty, yeah. And I just need to point out some of the stuff that we've got.
Interesting that it's English language is like from whole countries, and thank you everybody who are still continuing to help.
I think this is some stuff here that's going to a TV station that was bombed in Kiev.
Super.
So we need to sort of separate that. I will keep it'll have these on it here, and this stuff by here. So I'll keep my eye on that now as it's getting unloaded, and we'll get this.
Yeah, just maybe you know what this is in German language something.
No, I don't know. This is all from Essen.
From Essen.
Yes, but
Just
it's just general. Yeah, general. It's not medical. I think it's just general humanitarian aid, that stuff.
Okay.
But we need to go through it to see
Yeah.
what needs to go where. It may be a lot of candles for trench candles and things. So this is our evening, first of several vehicles that we're going to be unloading. We can come in and just see.
Tomorrow we'll be meeting with the Let's put it maybe inside of house.
So some of the trauma kits.
This box.
No, Yaroslav's got somebody coming tomorrow. I need a box.
A doctor will be coming tomorrow about IFACs, and
Я тут поставила. Тут куточок для військових.
Оце, так?
Такого.
Супер.
Тут ці сані мішки. Такі от штуки всякі.
This is candles, yeah, for warriors. This stuff is going all for warriors. And
Tomorrow it's sorted. For children.
Will then be sea suits, the naughty suit.
yes, yeah, it's all sorts of surplus. And unfortunately, in Zaporizhia, you need them. Yeah. Well, I mean.
Yeah.
So we'll leave these guys sorting this out. Thank you for joining us this evening. We've been live from Ternopil, and I certainly think we will win together. Slava Ukraini. Herom Slava.